like,
all of a sudden you could hear the music.
how long are these blocks? But
Oh,
we popped out of this restaurant and all of a sudden we hear this kazoo. And there's a band, young kids, and they've got like the washboard and you know, they're doing the strings, and then they've got a ukulele, a kazoo. It was so awesome.
The music
There was
great.
about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
They had a crowd, and man was like, that's it.
Like
I'm
street
moving
people.
here.
Well, they have this guy who's really hot now. He's got the #1 jazz album in the country, and he did the Star Spangled Banner and halftime entertainment with the Giants game. His name's Trombone Shorty, and he used to always play jazz. He was part of the Rebirth brass band for a while, but he actually started out, on the way to Jazz Fest, there's these little black guys that sell beer. I mean, first time I went, I was like, the kid's like 6 years old, and he's selling beer, and he's got some sort of musical instrument. And, your first reaction is, should I be buying beer from a 6-year-old? I mean, is that something I really should be doing? Anyway, I thought, well, he probably needs some money, and he doesn't need the beer. And I need some beer, he needs some money, and he's a musician. I mean, he's wonderful. Well, anyway, Trombone Shorty, who's now made it to the big time, started out selling beer, and he's not. First time I saw him, he's about 6'3", and I thought, God, I wonder how. And he's thin. I thought, shouldn't he be Trombone Skinny? But he was named Trombone Shorty because when he played as a little kid selling beer in the fest, the trombone was taller than he was. So,
and like even walking there, when we started hitting the outside fence of the traffic we're coming down, you told us how to go in and stop while we was stuff, and then go in that way, get a Bloody Mary. Well, I had too many there. That was, you should have written that part down, and don't do double shots.
Don't have too many. Don't have too many.
I had to do the fireman crawl with me back to the place. But, we're passing by and all those houses, old houses that are right there outside the track. They were so friendly. They talked. Would y'all like something to drink? We're not selling it, but would you like something?
No.
It's just.
You can't. So many people say, man, you could have a jazz fest out at the track at Grand Prairie, and you're like, no, you can't.
We're not there, and this
you can't.
we get out of Louis, and they're sitting there, and this one guy sitting there, and it's so crowded around there, and he's like, we got a band coming out a little bit, really out in the street.
The house next door that you said that has the party?
They're doing a street party and stuff, so he comes over, he wants a beer, like Pat says, and he goes into his house, brings beer. That's what he do. He said, well, I'm an architect. Really? He architects for
the city now. That's a great house.
And then
here
comes the street lady selling these sweet potato pies, black lady. And so he comes over and he says, hey, and he hugs on her. He knows her.
Now, by now, we've been visiting for about an hour.
So we're buying these sweet potato pies.
He says, have you ever had a sweet potato pie? And I said, no. He says, you've never had a sweet potato pie? And I said, no, not in my life. He goes, I have to buy you your first sweet potato pie. And it's the little one?
Yeah.
Oh, God, we ate it and we're like, oh, my God.
And the next thing I know is this little kid
she has little pumpkin pie, sweet potato, pecan.
She had a basket.
So she started talking to us about, she wasn't old. She was probably younger than us. She was not like, he described her like 70s. She was, and just this gorgeous face, big lady, big, build. And she starts telling us her Katrina story and talking about it. And we were enjoying her so much that I said, stay with us. She goes, I can't, sweetheart. This is how I make my living. I have to sell these before I can quit. And we're like, okay, how many do you have there? So we bought her a whole basket from her so she could stay with us. And we're giving them away and telling them, well, you got to try these, And then she stayed and visited with us.
Like $2 each.
We bought her a whole basket so she could stay with us. So now the architect guy says, well, my friends are here and I got to go to the party. So he goes and he introduces us to his friends that he's waiting for, and they go to the party. Well, we're still out there. We put our chairs out there on the screen. And so pretty soon it became a block party, And so the next thing we know, the architect No.
I'm
Y'all are having more fun out here than we are in there. So they all the party came out, and they opened up the gates.
And he brought me more beers.
And brought me more. It was so much fun, and he says, next year we meet here again. You know? So it's like, no, I'm serious. And then he said, we'll meet here tomorrow night. And then he goes, you won't be here. We will.
Yeah, we were there.
did.
Yeah, they, one year, I was